I'm wondering about if you would turn on the television right now, what do you see in the news? Do you see that there's still a war in Europe, for instance, like we're having right now, or is there peace?
We do not see, say, the Ukraine-Russia situation, for instance, give an example, is had a peace treaty now for about 8 months. And maybe you can change that. Maybe it can even be sooner in your timeline than that, but there is no war there now. And I will say that that's also that some people think that's because Putin is no longer in power, and he is not at this time in power. I
He's
would not necessarily say that that's the case, though.
sorry, what did you say? That he's not in
She
power?
said some people believe that Putin, because he's out of power now, that that is the reason why there's peace, but she doesn't believe that.
Okay. And Pamela and I spoke about the disclosure and ETs and their not their arrival, because many of them are here already, but more that they have a stronger presence. Is that something you see around you and are talking about with children in your class and school?
Yeah, some of my kids just this past year, to share a story with you, she says, I had 5 kids that were out playing, and it was on this property in this, middle school here, right outside of Miami. This school had actual contact, and there were 5 kids that got out in my classroom before they were allowed to play before the others because they finished their testing, and they went out to recess before the rest of the whole grade, and they saw something. And it was all over the news here in my school and everywhere in my town. And military were coming and like taking samples of this unique phosphorus material that was on the land, and they segregated it off for a while because it wasn't sure if it was dangerous, because it was a crash site. And these beings had telepathic contact with the kids here, 5 of the kids that are in my class on a regular basis, in my homeroom class. And I can't tell you anything you want to know about it, but it was all over. It was all over the news.
Hmm. And is there a more openness to spirituality? Would you feel like?
No, I gotta tell you, I really knew Pamela would ask me this, she says, but not really. It's that people think that most people who believe in spirituality, they just call it woo. They just say that's a lot of woo. But they all also are bridging spirit and science more. So then they will say, oh, these are just beings that we scientifically do not understand. But at least they're not trying to say that it doesn't exist. Science has evidence this existence and of these beings. But I would not say that spirituality has made a lot of progress. And I hope that maybe if a lot of people hear this, that can change.
Hmm. And last question, do you have any advice or any message for us humans in the past?
Yes. My message is for your children. I need you to treat them more compassionately and with greater respect. I need to talk to you about this from a generational perspective because you have segregated things by, baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Z, now Generation Alpha is what you're experiencing, and there are many generations to come. And I would say that for baby boomers and Gen X specifically, you need to calm down. You are basing the entire future of your children and your students, teachers as well, on whether or not your degree of productivity and mental health is what it should be. And the world is different. Jobs are different. Careers are going to be different. And these children are pioneers, and you just think that they're lazy. These children are beautiful souls, but you treat them with great disrespect when you say that they will not get the jobs, they will not get the education that you had, they won't get the jobs that you had, they won't do it like you do it. Well, this system is breaking now. That's why they refuse to do it in your timeline, because by the time you're in my timeline, the universes will be different. Schools will be very different. People won't need to, you're starting this now. People won't need to even get that degree of post-mastery education. They won't need it as much anymore. They won't have the same type of jobs available anymore. So if you're raising kids that are in your household until age 30, as opposed to shaming them and being upset about it, maybe you could shift your perspective into compassion and help them.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Thank you so much, Pamela. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Good.
doing good. Yeah, Mia is amazing. She's, from what I've learned from her so far, she's really hoping. She has hope that not that the kids get better, but that parents become more conscious.
Hmm.
And
It
she
was
feels that that's our responsibility because we are just absolutely overwhelmed with our kids and we don't know really what to do with them. And suicide's at an all-time high, particularly in, the US and Canada. But it isn't in her time because we have changed that.
Mm.
And we have decided to stop seeing our children and our students as, depressed and lazy and under-functioning. And we've started to really listen to them
Mm.
and bring about a different, more compassionate awareness. And that has caused them to heal. That has caused them to have greater opportunities, not lesser opportunities. We give them more time. We're not pushing them out of the home. That's going to be really important in the future.
That was a powerful message and very healing as well. And I think it can change a lot. We need to start with ourselves. To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.
Resto maliata falia. Tan shavra leto.